I'm down at the Walk-Torbay Leisure Centre, just parked the car, and we're going to have a look at the Clennon Valley today. So let's get started. Walking down to the bottom of the car park near the Velo Park. There seems a few bikes there. Here's the entrance to the Velo Park. It's quite popular place to come and ride your bike. Got a few competitions on now and again. We're taking the path to the right of the Velo Park to get to the Clennon Valley. Well, got a kissing gate here. Not very attractive one, I must admit. And we'll continue up this pathway. It's quite a good gravel path, and to the right here we got a multi-sport all-weather area, which is looks very nice. Hockey and football. Not used today, but I should imagine the local schools use it quite a bit. Nice green open space here. Looks very popular for dog walking. And looks like the sports area's got lighting, so they can use it at night as well. Those houses over there have got good view of what's happening here. I think some of them can see the sea as well. Over in the distance beyond those trees there's Paint Zoo. We have a fork in the path here. Take the left hand one. So I think this is the path that leads up to the Clennon Lakes. And we're at the top end now of the cycle track. It looks like we've got a information sign over here. Clennon Valley Conservation Area, place of wildlife. Value it is the responsibility of everyone to ensure that it remains unspoiled. Well, that's certainly a good idea. Good encouraging word. I think this is one of the most important wetland sites in the English Riviera, so let's see what we find. We've gone on to a bit more of a dirt path now at the moment. Luckily it's been dry the last few days, so it's not at all muddy at all today. Here's the one of the first lakes. There's a small weir down here. I think there's 3 lakes altogether. Some more information. So it's been quite a easy walk up from the car park, so quite level. Seems dog walkers are very welcome as long as they keep their dogs on a lead, etc. Now we're back onto a nice gravel path now next to the lake. This was first created in the 1980s and by Walk-Torbay Council. Before that it was a rubbish dump, I think, so it's certainly better than a rubbish dump, isn't it, for all the wildlife. For those interested in photography, it's certainly a great place to come to take all the birds. There's quite a lot of varieties here. Now we've got a path going off to the right. I think it just separates the first lake from the second one. They've got these walkways that go across, so you can tailor your walk to how long you want to take, so to speak. Nice bench there as well to have a look at the next lake. There's a lot of reeds up this end. But we'll go on up the left hand side of the lake. That seems to be the main sort of nature reserve, part of the wetlands here. I think after it was created in the 80s, shortly after, it sort of got a bit in disrepair and got a bit overgrown, but I think it was, 30 years it gradually deteriorated, but now it's certainly looking really nice. It seems in, I think it was 2015, the Friends of Clennon Lakes were formed, and they started to restore the lakes and the footpaths, and I think they've made a really fantastic job. It's certainly a lovely spot, you know, there's nothing quite else like it in Walk-Torbay. There's lots of different birds here, as we've seen, swans and ducks, moor hens, kingfishers and herons. Oh, another little path. Oh yeah, this must be the third lake we're coming to now. It's really tranquil spot here. Walk-Torbay is you go down the road and it's very busy and vibrant, but here you've got this tranquility of nature. Oh, I think this path has been done quite recent. It's improvements seem to happen all the time with this Friends of Clennon Valley, and we've got some lovely trees. There's a lot of new ones planted, but there's certainly some lovely old ones as well. It's lovely to see old trees just left to be able to do their thing, you know, and grow in peace without any threat of being cut down or moved to create housing or something. So we need to value resources like this in busy places. Starting to see quite a few reflections now because the water is so still today, so it's Always nice. As autumn approaches, we're in October, and it's certainly unusually warm for this time of year. There's quite a few nesting boxes as well that are available for the wild birds. It's a lovely habitat for them all. So here we've got a memorial wildflower meadow. So obviously it's been cut at the right time to allow the seeds to grow for next year, but it must have been nice earlier in the year. But now we'll go and see if we can find another little path. I did notice there was a path that went up to the right. There was a mention of Clennon Gorge, but I don't know if that's where it goes. We'll have a look. Found a little crossroads in the path here, so it sort of goes off left off the main path, so we'll just go and see where it leads to. There's quite a lot of ferns and stinging nettles and blackberry bushes. I think the blackberries are over now. They've probably been alright in September. Oh, it's quite a steep climb up here. Catching my breath and looking back at the view. Those houses over in Peyton and the sea beyond. There are some holiday lodges here. Well spaced out, and they got a nice view of the lakes. Still, we'll go on climbing up, see what at the top, if we can get there. Back in the 1960s, a lynx was found here in a cave. Which is quite strange, isn't it, seeing it's so close to Peyton Zoo. But of course it wasn't a live one, it was a skeleton. But there we go. There's all sorts of history in different places that you don't expect. Still, we'll keep going until we get to the top. So having another look back at where we've come from, and now one can see Walk-Torbay. And still got a cruise ship there waiting for the COVID restrictions to allow them to take people around the world again. So it's a lovely view. We've actually come to a sort of two paths now. We can go down that one left or this one right. So we'll try the right one first and see where that takes us. Sort of when you got a hill, it's always nice to get to the top, isn't it, and see what views it has in different directions. Maybe there was another left and right. We'll keep going right perhaps. And it's really quite, you know, thick vegetation when you get off the path, you know, so it's best to stay to the paths and let nature get on with itself. Really glad they're keeping these paths open, because sometimes you find a little path and then a few months later all the bushes have reclaimed it again. So we seem to be coming into some woodland now. It's very pretty, and considering we're right in the middle of Walk-Torbay, how great is this? And give a very nice leisurely walk through the woods in the autumn sunshine. It's been quite mild, so we haven't actually had any frosts yet. They might have in Scotland, mind, but not down here in Devon. So we haven't got the leaves turning yet. They won't be long, another month, and I expect we'll have some autumn leaves. Ah, well, it seems we're coming out into a field. There seems to be several footpaths that join the field through the hedgerows, and it's difficult to know where they go, but let's have a look down this one. So we're back in the woods again. We can't be far away from Peyton Zoo, really. Oh, we're coming back out into the field again. I think it's probably the same field, just a little detour through a little bit of the woods. So there's another access point over here. I started off from, you know, the Walk-Torbay Leisure Centre, because I suppose that's the best place to park, really. But obviously a lot of these housing estates and streets have got access from there where they live, so that's a bonus, isn't it? Living in a spot like this and just be able to walk down the hill and the gorge and the valley. Oh, another kissing gate. It's a bit, yeah, that's a bit more like a kissing gate should be, isn't it? So there we are. Oh. Didn't know if there was a road name here, but that's a cul-de-sac turning spot, so obviously no parking, so it's best to park in the leisure centre car park and then keep everybody happy. Oh, another notice here. Yeah, So notice for the dog walkers, which just love it here. Well, I think we're about at the highest point now on the hill, and looking across to Torquay, round the bay, and you can see the parish church there of Goodrington down at Three Beaches, and just a glimpse beyond the trees of Berry Head, which is Brixham. So certainly a nice afternoon for a walk. Yeah, I'm going to start walking back down now, so I'm going to end up at the Torbay Leisure Centre car park again, but if I see anything interesting on the way, then we'll have a look, but I won't film all the boring bits. I think all these paths that go down from the bottom of the field all join up together. We seem to be going in the right direction, and got a lovely view as we descend. Just such a lovely afternoon for October. Oh yeah, I think this is where we went right, and I've come back down the left hand path, and so yeah, I think we're on the right track. Well, we're back down the bottom of the hill. Interesting going up there. Never been there before, so always good to have a look at something different. There's a lot of photographers around taking the birds. It's a lovely light at the moment. There are the reflections and everything. I think somebody's feeding the birds down here, so we've got quite a cluster of different sorts. Lovely, aren't they?
Alright, how are you, mate? Alright.
Yeah.
You filming them?
Yeah. Yeah, they'll be on YouTube about a week's time.
Good boys.
Well, there's a nest box up here, but it looks like there's a squirrel inside. So that's a squirrel box. He's quite happy here, isn't he? Lovely reflections through there with the sunlight just dancing on the surface of the water, and the sound of the water going over the weir, just right next to the path that goes up by the side of the lake. Just walking through one of the paths that divides the lakes up, so we come out on the playing field, and then turn to the right and walk back down towards the car park and leisure centre. It's just the other side of the lakes, but it's completely different in character. Just think these houses have got a lovely view over this valley and its facilities. Just walking back round by the Velo Park, and we're beside the sports area with the all-weather surface, and thought we'd turn left here. Looked a bit interesting with these trees. I think there's another way back to the car park this way, just for a change. So we'll see if I'm right. Oh, so we've got a circle of stones around that tree. So we got just the first signs here of the autumn leaves on this tree. It's always a lovely time of the year. And here we are, back where we started from. I found out that it's a paid car park, and they said to get a ticket, and you must show your ticket, but you can do it on an app, Ringo I think it's called. I've used it a couple of times. It works very well. Just put your card details in and you're away, you know. I mustn't forget to press the button when I leave to end it, otherwise they could think I'm here all night. But probably after this long walk, we'll go to Wetherspoons tonight to have a nice meal in Brixham. So basically I'm going to end the video now, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and perhaps you'll come and have a look yourself one day. Of course you might have already and know far more about it than me, but so it's been a lovely little walk for a couple of hours. So we'll see you again on the next video. Bye.